host, Judge Dre. I'm going to put the link in the description box. We're on our part 2 of the show where it's open topic, so we can still talk about our current topic or we can go on the others. The link will be posted in the description box so you guys can join the show. If you need to be added manually, just type your email address and we will add you to the fun.
I'm sorry, Anthony, I meant to speak to you earlier. How are you doing?
What's that?
You talking to me or Anthony?
I was talking to Anthony. I was saying, how you doing? I meant to speak to him earlier. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing, Carlotta? I
Feel
see
like you
All
need-
right. All right, brother.
You was preaching, so don't worry about it. I
You
heard.
need to turn your mic up, man. We can barely hear you.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. Can y'all hear me? Because I'm not really talking into it. So, but
No, it should be able to. You can turn the sensitivity up so it can, it should work.
I
Better
could, but I didn't want to be. How about now? Is it
Yeah, that's
a little better now?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I really want to talking into it. I'm sitting here doing like 50 other different things. But yeah, what's going on, Carolina? I apologize. You was preaching. I wasn't. You was snapping on something, so I didn't want to.
No, I get all in passion because I love everybody, and it's like, how you know something, or you got a hold of something that's good, and you want to like give something to everybody, or you want to show something to somebody. You know what I mean? I get like that. That's all. That's the basis of me. That's all that is.
Well, I'm smart enough to know, to be like, okay, I'm a listener. I'm listening what you got.
Yeah, because it's nothing that I'm saying that'll tear a man down or put him in a position where, he being sore for weak because he listening to me. Fuck me as a female. Listen to what I'm trying to say, because the stuff that I be trying to say is make people aware of their own empowerment.
Right.
We don't need la-da-da and everybody to make us feel like we are somebody. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I do. So I know, like I said, I know just to sit back and listen.
Because everything that I talk about ain't got shit to do with rerouting men to doing something a female wants them to do. Or y'all need to be nicer to women now. Man, fuck all that. Y'all need to be nicer to yourselves.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, it's more to it. We really need to be nice to our kids, and it's so much going on, so much bullshit now. It don't make no damn sense, but it is what it is. But it's an open topic, so.
Yep.
My hands are in the air like I'm praising, hey.
Hey, I know it.
But I'm not going to be the deacon tonight, so, hey. If somebody going to play the organ, then yeah, you know what I mean? So, with my Birdman, rub my hands together. But other than that.
I'll power down myself in a few minutes.
Yeah, I probably go ahead and get on out of here because I just was doing some, made a video, did a couple of things. I seen this show. I'm like, let me get on here and talk about it, a couple of my words. Speak my
it's a lot of stuff, but see, like, you got your, pro-blacks and all that. I'm about self-empowerment. That's what I'm about. You know what I mean? It ain't some shit that I read out of a book. I just took my personal experience. It's like this. It's either you make this shit make sense, or you succumb to it and be a miserable fuck, or commit suicide, or go die some fucking way. Because for real, it's like you can swim on the line. You got to hit that point of making shit make sense. You feel me? Just like some drug addicts, you can send them to damn rehab like 1,000 goddamn times, and they still won't get it together. But then all of a sudden, when it seems like they decide to go do it for themselves, they stay clean forever.
Right. Exactly.
That's because they tapped into their inner self. This is the shit I be talking about.
I agree. That's how I kind of look at a lot of situations now. But other people just be putting on the show. Like you just said with them, because I know about that. The people that be on them drugs, and especially like, okay, let's put for the dope thing, for example. And they say those the strongest drugs. You can't get over that. But just say you hit it right on the head. Once they tap inside, and then they be like, okay, man, I don't want this shit no more.
Right.
They knew once they learn it for themselves, they find out for themselves, okay, this shit is killing me. I don't know how I'm fit to survive if I stop. And they go and stop.
It depends on what voice it is in life you choosing to listen to. If you allow your inner voice to be louder, then more than likely you will not fail. But if you allow yourself to listen to the voices of other motherfuckers, you
Right.
have problems.
Right.
That's when your problems come in. You know what I'm saying? Because you ever had this feeling, right, where it's like something just kept telling you not to do some shit, and you did it anyway, and everything got all fucked up.
Yeah, that's usually how I end up being in jail.
See, see what I'm talking about? There it is right there. Because you ignored that damn wisdom, that truth, that shit that was saying not to do some shit. That was your truth.
Right.
That was your truth.
But even
You
before,
ignored it.
but
So therefore you can't, how is that everybody real here or out in this society right now? Why everybody mad? Why you mad? Oh, you mad because you went to jail? Or you mad because you got fired? Or you mad because you got child support? Why?
yeah.
Because you know what, if you remember correctly and stop fucking playing,
Right.
there was this inner voice that went off and told you it was something that happened before all this shit had happened.
It wasn't even.
The only person that anybody should be mad at is their goddamn self.
You're right, but even before then, it was a blueprint. Because I mean, if you
Yeah.
was good and you saw these other drug dealers before you selling drugs, what happened to them? Either one or two things.
But you was the one kid that was always worrying about books or reading or some shit all the time. You feel me?
Right.
But you allow yourself to get distracted by what the fuck you said. You allow that to be the truth though. Because you choose to ignore yourself and your inner being. Why? Because it's gay? Oh, you a soft nigga because you want to read and shit. You don't want to go out here and stick up stores and shit. So you allow other motherfuckers to create who you became, and it's not so. You know what I'm saying? You let other motherfuckers create a path for you that ain't right. So it's like this. You want to get mad, you get mad at your damn self. That's why I don't like listening to motherfuckers that be complaining and shit all the time.
But also, hold on now. You got other people that's in the situation that also their family is sitting there telling them, like, hey, you need to step up and do this and do that. They're not ready yet. They are in the books. They don't want to be in that life. They want to be in school, but you got mothers and other people.
Yeah, but the thing is, Anthony, you got to understand the closest people sometimes are the people that's chosen to keep you tested. You
True.
feel me?
That's right.
It's like, just like them people that you saying is your family telling you to do the fucked up things. Yeah, because guess what? It's somewhere along the line, somewhere in this universe, that it's documented. Let's see if this nigga true to form. Let's see, like, this other shit that he doing, let's see if he'll stay on his grind. Now, I'm going to pull his mother in it. I'm going to pull his aunt in it. I'm going to pull his cousin, his brother, and try to work on this nigga to get him in the street. Now, notice, he real close to his family. Mm-hmm. Let's see if he'll do what his family say by being his family, but yet it still is a negative thing. You see how we tested? I'm constantly tested.
Right.
And if don't nobody believe that shit, something wrong with motherfuckers for real. Deeply something wrong.
It's not that something wrong. This is natural to people. This is regular. This is what, usually in the hood, what they preach. I see a lot of cats sit there talking about they come from a generation of gangbangers and drug dealers. They celebrate this shit.
Right. They act like it's an accomplishment, like an achievement or some shit. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, it's proud to say that your father got killed. He was the chief of this, or your uncle was the top gangbanger drug dealer. This nobody be talking about that. They uncle graduated from college and he did the engineer and do it. You know what I mean? They don't do that shit.
Right.
And they wonder why, like, the system now, what's really going on? Why we so fucked up?
It's funny because, like I say, people end up becoming, following the expectations of people that don't nobody fucking pay them no mind anyway. It's funny. It's like you kind of like fell off. You fell off. It is. You don't even realize you had a whole album that was full of hits. You know what I'm saying? But you let this whack ass marketing team tell you what to do. Now only thing that sold was one damn single off your whole damn album. Now all of a sudden you a one hit wonder, but yet it's still you had an album full of hits. All because based on this marketing team felt as though you should cater to these dumb motherfuckers over here. See what I'm saying?
I agree.
Now you broke. Now you ain't nowhere. Nobody knows your talent now. You know what I mean? Because you let other motherfuckers represent you. That's some stupid ass shit. Because that's how everybody do.
I agree.
Everybody they shit to shine.
What you just said, you hit it on the head. And I think a lot of these motherfucking YouTube cats are the same. They the same.
Yeah.
They keep going on one situation that they think, okay, that other people saying, hey, you should keep pursuing, and then turn around that is honestly, if you keep doing it, it's making your ass look like a fucking fool.
But yo, look how you got, like, look out on your shirt. You got your name on your shirt. You see what I mean? That means you got a regular job. And you probably have a regular car. But guess what? You the most at peace ass nigga out of all the motherfuckers that got all this shit and can, oh, I got this big this, I got this big that. People that are in those positions are the most unhappiest motherfuckers I have ever known.
Yeah.
That's why I never aspired to be like everybody else. The images that I see that portray or make you think is happiness. Let me tell you something. I've had the opportunity to be around multi-millionaires, okay? And they can be the most miserable son of bitches you ever want to meet. But yet still got means to be able to go and come when they please. Ain't got to worry about no bills. Ain't got to worry about this. Can have brand new everything all the time. But they the most miserable goddamn people I've ever known. A lot of, not all, hello, not all, but a lot of them.
That's true though, but think about it. If you do have money like that, it changes the type of people you are around.
Right. It can make you paranoid.
How you feel, because you don't know if these people really like you for you,
right?
Or they like you for what you can do for them.
That's right.
Like one thing, as I'll say, and my situation is good because see, I know I may not be the richest person, and I said I may be the brokest person, but I know that, hey, if anybody's around me, they must like me.
Right.
That I hate to say, that's, to me, that's my that's my wealth right there in itself. If anybody's around me, I must be something good because they're spending time around me.
Huh?
Right?
Like I said, when I come on here to make no, I.
Yeah, somebody's echoing.
You got an echo, man.
That's me, or
no, it's not you. Well, I don't know. You're not echoing now. I cleared it up, so I don't know whoever it was.
But yeah, nobody don't really usually come on here to make. I mean, some people do come on here to make enemies. That's fine. I mean, that's your platform. Let it be, But at the same time, like she said, I come on here. I got my work shirt on. I'm sitting back. I'm happy though. I bust my ass. I come on here. I do commentary. Hey, it's grown folks. Talking to grown folks that you would think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, people feel like, okay, yeah, they got this, they shit bigger and they better or this shit. Okay, and I'm fine with that. I'm happy for you. But if you bragging about it, I don't really think you as happy as you talking. I really don't.
They come from. Oh, sorry.
Unfortunately, we do that a lot, which is bad.
Even I was there. If I had that, I still wouldn't do that. If anything, I'd be trying to tell the next person, don't say this about this. Like, hey, I did this. How about you do this? If you want to try to make yourself better yourself, or it's a good opportunity for you, I want to try to help you and be like, hey, I did this. See, and then people keep saying about us, like, we don't want to build. Well, I mean, but who is we? You got some of us that, that's willing to do it. But, it's usually us that's like here, But the ones up there, they looking down at us. But then they sitting there saying that. Then they don't want to sit there and tell us that's down there and say, y'all don't want to build. But you up there ain't showing us shit. You actually talking down.
Yeah, that's true, Anthony, because I was on a panel with a dude. I mean to cut you off, bro. But that shit just struck a nerve because I was on a panel with, I can't remember who it was, but that dude who was talking. Matter of fact, it was your panel, Dre. And the kid with the Scooby-Doo picture, remember? He was talking about this and that, but then we said, why don't you come back and help, help guide the young black youth? And he was like, man, them niggas not going to listen to me. But you complain about black people, but you're not trying to help the black youth or whatnot.
Well, I will admit, a lot of niggas don't. Some people you can help, some people you can't.
But if you're not trying to help anybody, you can't really speak on black issues if you're not trying to help at least one person.
Right, but I've noticed, I hate to plain and simple, I've noticed from, my situation in life, where you look and say, wow, I haven't done anything bad to you, this, that, and the other, but, you still get shitted on. So, some people are just like that. Some people, they thrive off of it. They thrive off of, I'm better than you. That's just what it is. But really, I've noticed that most people, when they act like that, they're really mad at themselves because they really feel like shit on the inside.
Yeah, they're missing things in their own life. I understand what you mean by it.
All right, so you just go ahead and try to put, your way to make you feel better about yourself is to make others feel like they're beneath you. But when you really
Yeah, I
know
was
that, hey,
talking.
wait a minute,
But
you know,
but isn't that like some
Yeah.
like that's not even high school shit. It's like some little it's like grammar school shit. I would think. I mean, if
uh,
you
some people never grow up. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Just because you get older, it doesn't mean that you grow up. You know, I've learned that from a lot of, you know, experiences that I've had with people. I mean, some people, you know, with my type of job, I go in, you know, I'm around different families, so I see how people are mostly raised. I go inside their house. Sometimes I'm there for hours at a time, so I see how they act. But some people, they just never grow up. It's all about, I don't know, it's like a, you know, everything is always a popularity contest.
right, but don't complain now when shit comes back on you. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to grow up. But when that same shit's starting to come back on you, don't sit back and complain about why it's coming back on you. If that's the shit you promoting, that's what you throwing out there. Don't get mad when that shit come back on your ass.
Yeah,
Right.
it does. The
That don't
energies you
make
throw
sense.
out there, it comes back. Whatever energy you putting out into the world, it does
Right.
come back on you. I
Don't,
tell people that shit.
and you complaining about it, but this is the energy you putting forth. What type of shit is that, man?
Yeah,
Right.
You
it's kind of like
quit to
it's
play
kind of
the
like
victim, but you
yeah, it's kind of like people in the music industry who put out like, this is just my material. It's just a facade of I got these haters and people trying to kill me. But then when that shit start really coming around you, you like, dang man, like why people just can't be happy for me. But if you make music about hatred and killing people and haters and stuff like that, that's the energy that comes back to you because you putting
attack.
that out there.
Right.
So don't turn back around and start playing the victim.
How
Right.
would you guys describe black culture in USA? Because I've never been to USA, so how would you describe it for someone who's never been to USA?
USA is one of those places that has different cultures. Like when people say American culture, I think they're
Yeah.
talking about middle white America. Because there's different cultures in America, a lot of different cultures. So it depends on where you go and what you're around. There's many different cultures in America.
It's a
I
pretty
think,
huge place, right?
yeah, one of the things about America is it's probably the most diverse country in the world.
Yeah.
But you were talking about ghettos and stuff like that. You said like some special thing where people don't like to. If you study, you heard someone said soft. It doesn't mean that it's bad to
Yeah,
study or something.
yeah, intelligence is frowned upon in a lot of places in America. I'm gonna say a lot. I would say some places in America. It's frowned upon because part of the culture is you have your own community of the struggle is the way of life. So if your intelligence, intelligence is prospering. That's intellectual advancement pretty much. So people look down on that because that's not something everybody can handle.
Let me
Oh.
say this. Let me say this. Let's be real about it. You know, when we talk about ghettos, you know, at this day and age, if you're not part of the 1%, you're staying in the ghetto. You know what I mean?
Uh, I
Not
wouldn't say
for it's like
that.
no.
I
What
wouldn't
I'm
go
saying
that far.
is like, hold on, like let me finish what I'm saying. Not I'm
Yeah,
not
go ahead, bro. My bad.
as with housing or the aesthetic part of it. I'm talking about like mentally. If you're not part of that,
Oh,
you're
the know-how, like
right.
the
You're
knowing. Oh
technically,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean. So that's basically how they're really trying to keeping that separate. It's the 1%, and then it's us, and mostly with us, we're ghetto.
Yeah, I don't. I think most people when they talk about the one percenters, they have an issue with. I really don't have an issue with the one percenters. I don't. I don't have an issue with poverty in the sense of you do need a lower class. You do need one percenters. I believe in a functional world. Like that's Mother Nature to me because like every line is not gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a system involved, like the prison system mixed like taxpayers, okay, like you're paying taxes to police officers and stuff for abusing the badge and whatnot. That's an issue, and it's a widespread issue. When you have systems in place,
Right.
like targeting black communities, and when you like remember that CNN panel after the shooting in Minneapolis had, and they openly said, like, yeah, we are directed towards black communities. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
problem.
problem.
I agree with you right there, 100%. But like I said, it's systematic.
Yeah, that's an issue.
And that's what I mean about the difference with the 1% and basically with us. But you're right. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, I want to say it's kind of like human nature, but I mean, at the same time, I don't want to say that it's needed, but what can you do about it?
Yeah, yeah, maybe needed is yeah, it's different terminology, but
Right,
yeah, it's the nature of the beast, I would say.
right. Survival of the fitness, but I mean, of
Hmm.
the strongest, as you would say, but.
Guys, have you seen Norwegian jails before? They have like TVs and Xbox.
Yeah, they're very lavish.
Yeah. You know the killer Anders Breivik who killed like 85 people? I think it was a lot of people, like 85 people. He was complaining because he wanted to upgrade his PlayStation to the PlayStation 3 because he only had PlayStation 2. So his biggest complaint was about that.
Well, I talked to somebody about this earlier about wrong and right. I think it was Matt. Remember we talked about wrong and right, and it was kind of like somebody like people said, "Oh, he killed a man. That dude over there killed a man. Put him away for life."
Yeah.
But when you say, "Well, why did he kill that man over there?" It's kind of like people look at you like you're crazy. But like I said, like back in the Wild Wild West, like if you disrespected a man, he said, "Meet me at high noon," and you walk 6 paces and you turn around and shoot. Like the better man wins. He goes home to his wife and kids. Like I never saw a problem with that. I don't believe in most cases these days, like in urban warfare, I guess you could say, I don't see the sense in locking somebody up for 50 years when taxpayers are paying for that shit. You know, if they had their own personal beef and that man killed that man, and you know, to settle their differences, because a lot when people say like if he wasn't gonna kill me, if I didn't kill him, he was gonna kill me. I believe it's true, and I grew up in that environment. It is true. I don't believe you should pay. I don't believe I should pay for somebody being in jail for 50 plus years because they killed Tyrone who's going to rob their house. I don't believe that.
Right.
But when you bring that to the forefront of America,
do you believe in the
then I
death
don't understand
penalty?
that. Do I believe in the death penalty? Yeah, I do.
Wait, does the death penalty exist in the USA?
Yep.
Huh?
I believe in it too, Patrick Honey.
You know the
personal beefs is different from somebody raping an old lady or killing an old lady and robbing her and stuff. Like, that's different.
Exactly. You got it, brother.
Definitely. Now, someone said, Mendel said, our prisoners need to be reformed. Most people don't realize that a large percentage are going to be released one day. That is true.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they're not going to be any use to the society.
Yeah, but I mean, they make it to where if you have anything, a criminal record or whatever, they destroy your life, really, what it is. I mean, you already, if you get out, you have a diminished life.
Right. You got to check that box on the application that says, have you been convicted of a felony? Once you check that box, you pretty much throw that job away.
Right. I'm just, I've noticed. I like plain and simple. I used to make almost $40,000 a year before my felony. I haven't made $40,000 in 3 or 4 years. I mean, literally, maybe in say the next 3 years after that, I didn't make $40,000. So you go from making $40,000 in 1 year to 3 years afterwards, you didn't make 40 grand.
Guys, check out the Norwegian jails. It's very different compared to USA.
Horrible.
Check it out.
But let's talk about this reform, like really, because
we got a big problem over here, honey.
I was in prison, not when I was in the county. I mean, I did a lot of time in the county, like a lot. Let's really get to what we talking about. What they say as reform. Let's be honest about that. Prison and the county jails doesn't reform shit. It doesn't. I mean, honestly, that's just bringing money to whoever, like with them privatizing prisons. Really, that's just a money grab. The counties, that's just a money grab. Even the sheriffs up in there was saying the same shit. What we are is money up in there to them. That's it.
Definitely.
But it's like we sit up there, other people, like you said, Drake, the same situation when I had got out, and I had, when I had caught my second felony, when I got out, I was working construction. When I caught the second one with the company, nobody wanted to deal with me. And it was a non-violent. It was the same thing. Selling drugs. Nobody didn't want to deal with me. Nobody in construction, was like, okay, because the one guy was like, bro, I gave you an opportunity. You sat back, you was working for me, but at the same time you was selling drugs on the side. So he spread the word like, yeah, he did this shit, and basically he tarnished my name. So I'm like, okay, what that had to do with anything? I didn't hurt your company, but still, when I got out, I'm thinking I could go back to the construction side. I couldn't.
Yeah.
So, but it's just like it's crazy. You sit back and you think to yourself like, all right, I'm a non-violent guy. I just got out of the county. I supposedly did my time. I could probably go back to the construction side and try to get myself together. Nope. Nope.
What is the prison system in USA more about punishment and reinforming the prisoner, or how does it work?
There's no reformation in You know, they don't reform the prisoners at all. Like
There's
literally,
some
I've
programs
never
in
been
some
to
prisons, but
jail.
across the board, they don't exist across the board at
Yeah.
all.
Now technically my case, like I sit there and laugh how especially how they say non-violent people or non-violent crime shouldn't get a felony. My felony actually is felony is actually a violent crime. I beat up a gentleman who was breaking into my house, and the state picked up charges on me even though he was high and on drugs, so they charged me with assault.
Hmm.
So that's what hurt me, you know, in my record ever since then. So basically, that's what really fucked my shit up. I'll say that.
But I mean, when they be sitting there talking about, okay, you gonna get you a parole or probation officer, you got to pay all the restitution fees and all this other bullshit back, and then you know, hey, you do that, you should be okay. No, they throw you under the bus. They throw you under the bus. But why should we have prisons and county jails? What the fuck are y'all reforming? 'Cause when these people get out and they can't find jobs like I did, I was actually thinking about going back into. I mean, wasn't about going back to selling drugs. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was thinking about
Yeah.
robbing because I had kids. I
Right.
had a family, and you wouldn't.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, think about people
But
like
when
in
you
my
thought
case.
about it, somebody actually did it.
Well, I mean, think about the people in my case. You used to make good money, so they want to base it off of how much money you used to make, and they will say this, that, and the other. Now you go down to making nothing, damn near nothing, so you're just barely surviving, and then the people want to threaten you with jail time if you don't come up with the money.
exactly. That's
So
just
what
what I'm.
do you do in that case?
You don't pay them restitution fees. They ready to lock you back up.
Oh, I know I've been in more jail. I did more time for my child support, running behind on child support than I did for during my time with the bullshit with the case, sitting there in jail for bond and all that.
And then
Literally,
at the same time, when they locking you up for your child support, that don't take off no money, does it?
no, it don't. No, hell no.
Wow.
I
And
heard rumors from like films in the USA jail. They like make weapons and stab people. Is this true or?
yeah, it's not as big as you think, but yeah, it does happen.
Ah, okay.
Like in our jails, like I mean, unless you go to like if you go down to the county and they ship you out to somewhere, you probably have more problems there. But in the county, they're probably not gonna really do that. Because most of the problem is the county. Most of those people in the county, they're just broke. They're either trying to wait until somebody can get up enough money to bail them out, or
Yeah.
they're going to be, you know, there. And they know that they like these type of criminals because most of them aren't going to do too much. They're not going to be fighting inmates. That's why they can have one person sitting in a room with 70 people. And I mean, y'all in a big ass dorm, so if you really wanted to jump and beat the guard up, you could, because there's 70 of you guys in a room with like a big ass cafeteria with one guard,
Yep.
no walls, just
But
one
let's
big ass
say
room.
let's say you're a prisoner and someone disrespect you. Is this a big deal in prison? Like someone disrespect you, you have to fight him or not? Or how
Not,
is it?
I think it's more like that on the movies. I've never been to prison. I've only been to, you know, so you'd have to ask somebody more on that.
When I talked to my brother about going to prison when he did that 1 year, most likely how it goes up there, he says actually it's more laid back in prison than it is in the county jails. He said it's just usually people do the same thing, you know, they got their gangs and everybody got their little groups and stuff, but most part everybody just looks at themselves.
Yeah, you pretty much have to know how you roll.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, hey, it really would take a lot for something, you know, to really happen, you know. So
I mean, then again, it's not like you guys have like the major gangs like La Emmy and fucking who
Well,
else?
I'm gonna say
Them
this
those Aryan guys and
Aryan
stuff.
Nation and all that. No.
Yeah, you ain't got all of that racism shit going on.
Right, but I'll say this. One of the things is this that I've noticed is this. It's very easy to adopt a mindset that I don't give a fuck. I mean, literally what I've done, I've noticed that it's very hard to, like, after you've been confused of a crime, you know, you committed a crime, you have never been able to work this type of life, or your lifestyle will be diminished. It's much easier to resort back to doing things that you normally wouldn't do. It's much easier to resort to just say, well, fine, hey, I'm never going to have a decent relationship, so I might as well smoke weed every day.
Especially if you're in that daggone negative type of environment.
Right. You know, I'm never gonna have a house or a car, so I might as well get high off. I mean, so you know,
Yeah,
people do things to escape. You know, so that's why I've never
yeah.
been a person. Or you know, might as well go ahead and drink. Give me another bottle of wine because
Yo, that shit is so depressing, bro.
it is. But I will
Yeah,
admit, I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. Sometimes I do myself. Hey, man, let's
that
go out and
shit
have
is
a drink.
depressing, man.
Well, I'm glad y'all brought this
Tired of it.
because this is what basically like anybody else with low self-esteem, you know, kind of go through, and all of a sudden you just get that you know, that confidence boost to say, you know, you can get out of the situation. I mean, it's still there, but you just got to keep, you know, pushing. You know, I
It's
just
like
that's
reaching for a star.
you know
But
right.
I'm saying, I mean, if an esteem is low, isn't it a possibility to become high in this lifetime?
I
Or is
mean,
it supposed to stay low?
that's
You
true.
don't believe that the esteem that is low can become high?
It can, Carlotta, but it's on the individual. It depends on the individual, I should say.
I know that part.
And and
That's why
as
I was
a
asking.
human, the human brain is a muscle. So you can work a muscle up, or you can diminish it. Also, like you said,
But
you can
that's
break a
why I
man's
ask
spirit.
questions like that, because it causes a person to like reflect on themselves.
Yeah,
All the problems in the world, you know what I'm saying, are not necessarily yours. You may be the problem to yourself. That's the bigger
yeah,
problem in a lot of cases with a lot of people. Not
yeah.
all, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Always not all.
Always not all. But no, but I
I
think
do admit. I mean,
The
one
need
thing
to
I
say that comes from dealing with society's sensitive ass people.
right.
That's why we have a need to say that now.
no,
Not all.
Oh, I
Uh,
understand. I
but
understand. Some
I
people
want to
blame
say
the
something
world and everybody around
to
them,
the
but never
chat
them.
room. Thank you, Theo. But I
Exactly.
mean, plain and simple, I'm not here to get any kudos or nothing. I mean, I just tell it like it is. Now, some people may not like that. I'm not trying to showboat for anybody or whatever, but that's just what it is. I mean, I realize, I ain't even gonna lie. I realize some shit that I've done in life that's fucked up. You know, I realize that, you know, some things is fucked up and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do
Mhm.
about it is prevent someone else from making the same mistake you did.
that's my
Mhm.
point. And then
That's
even
the only thing I can do.
I'm glad you
Know that, hey, this is until the laws change, you know you can't do anything but just make sure that nobody else has to go through the shit you go through. I will
Mhm.
admit I'm
Right.
probably a little bit too hard on my son because I stay on him constantly. And one of the things I've told my kid since 7 years old, all it takes is one fucking mistake in life and your life can be ruined. Going out
Yeah,
with
that's
another
true. But
person.
you don't wanna influence that fear into your
Well,
kid.
I'm just letting you know like this. I always tell them, look at dad's life. Plain and simple. If you don't trust me, if anything, is you better not grow up and be like me. That's what most parents want to tell their kids to grow up and be like them. I actually tell my
Now they
son,
supposed to grow up and be
grow
better
up
than
and don't be like me.
be better.
Right. That's one of the things I even say that I've even told them. If you feel that it's bad that you gotta kill somebody and over some bullshit and that, and you think you cannot survive in the world if you unless you end this person's life, well fuck it. Just tell me and I just do it for you. I mean, why throw your life away for that? My life's already in the garbage. I mean, you can't get too much.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
No,
just
it's
looked at
not.
those pictures. Wait one second. I just looked at those pictures in jail. Shit, man. I will admit, I wish our jails looked like that. Them some nice pictures.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the thing. We're in
But
jail.
they,
They have this very liberal. You know, they're trying to uh,
well, they're
make them
trying to
normal.
turn you into real people. It's like this: if you can put a person in jail, he can still have access to the internet and do all the shit and play video games if he wanted all the time. But if you, I mean, to me, it's like, well, where do you draw the line? You want to put a person in a box and then make them feel that they ain't shit? I mean, to me, if you were gonna put me in jail anything longer than 6 months, I would rather you look. Why don't you just go ahead and give me the shot and put me to sleep for good? I don't see the purpose. You know, you're treating them like a damn animal. I don't even like a dog. Seeing a dog in a cage.
Me neither.
That's just,
I
why do you,
If you look at the bad things that transpire in your life as learning experiences, then people wouldn't be so inclined to say that they are broken or their life is fucked up. You
Now
see
I'm
what I'm
gonna tell
saying?
you.
If you look at it as a learning experience.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Before my situation, my situation is totally different. Before my situation, I used to go in interviews, get the jobs, and then find out, oh wait, you pay that much and turn them down. I mean, my mother used to ask, what the fuck are you going on these
Who
interviews for?
hasn't done that?
Practicing or something, getting jobs?
I, who hasn't done that, Dre? I was good on a job and become bored with it, and the shit was paying me
No,
16,
but
17
I
dollars
think
an
what
hour.
this is. No, what I'm not finished
And I
saying
would
is
quit
this
the shit
though.
just to be bored.
Look, you would go to here, and these people would scoop you up with the quickness, right? And you go from where everybody is begging you to work for them to where nobody will touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Yep.
Well,
That
you learn something from that. You learn to not be arrogant. You learn not to be arrogant. Put you on your ass, didn't it?
no,
See, you was
I ain't gonna
said
say
that
it
to the
put me on my
forward.
ass, but think about it. I was never that type of person to where I thought I was better than. I was always very humble because I hate to say, my mother didn't get her first good paying job until I was damn near 15. And by
Right,
that time,
acting like and being like is two different things.
so I'd already
Some people
worked.
act a certain way, but they be hiding with the way that they truly are. You see
No,
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let you know like this. This is what happens. When I go to an interview, they would say, you're very intelligent, we like you, this, that, and the other. So you say, this is the problem. You overqualified for the job. I'm gonna hire you. I'm pretty sure you put in other applications. Somebody else is gonna call you within a month or two, and they're gonna take you. That's just what it is. And that's what they'll tell. I've had many employers tell me that. Yeah, well, I'll hire you, but you're not gonna stay here long. One, you're too intelligent for this type of work. You don't and for this little money, somebody else is gonna see you and pick you up, and then I'm gonna be training someone else to replace you within a month or two. He said, "I feel
But it,
sorry that you're going through what you're going through, and I really say it's bad, and the system is kind of fucked up on how it treats people. But the
but
fact is, they just, you know,
I don't mean no harm. But if somebody say to me that they let certain opportunities go because they was in pursuit of something better, I would look at that as a bit arrogant.
no, I let opportunities go, and when I was younger because these jobs had no. They had no, you know, basically every job that I worked in, I wanted to
But it
place
was a
myself.
stepping stone.
If I could not be promoted and there was no way I could ever advance in the company, there's no point in me working there.
So
That's
you didn't need money at the
that's
time
the
that you
reason
was letting these
why at
jobs
such a
go.
young age I was making so much money because I only went to companies that would do that. Now after my felony, you know, it's like fuck, I can't even get a job at Family Dollar.
I just feel like
You
that
understand
you
what I'm
was
saying?
taught a
And you
lesson of
looking back
arrogance.
and say, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't work at companies way more, you know, have super benefits and all this shit. And you gonna tell me I can't even work at a fucking dollar store?
I just feel like their issues are based on a lesson of being humble or something. Something happened to humble you and make and force you to like appreciate what it is that you are able to do. Now you're only able to do the minimum, but you appreciate it, don't you? More
No,
than when you was able to do what the fuck ever.
no,
See what
I
I'm saying?
can't say that. I hate to say something. I was always kind of like how it is now. One reason why, as you see, like with the situations going on, you see it really never bothers me. I was always that outcast anyway. So not being in part of the clique, that's never been my forte anyway. I don't, you know, when you've always been an outcast all your life, you've learned to be by yourself. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I've never been
Yeah, but
in
you had
part
a
of
group
anything else.
attitude, but
But the
an
fact is,
individual.
it's bad that the fact is I realize that now I'll have to
There you go.
live a diminished life. My kids will have to suffer because of a dumb choice that I made. So
They're
I
not
look
going to
at it
suffer because you realize the mistake you made. How you figure they're going to suffer?
because I put them, think about it. I did this. This is what I did. After, you know, my fine, after I knew, after that, I lost her, you know, I only had one child at the time. So after I get the felony, I do all this bullshit. Everything gets bad. Everything goes to shit. Immediately, for like 3, 4 years, I was on a straight depression thing. I mean, I did not give a fuck about nothing. I mean,
Okay.
I drank every day. I did not care about tomorrow because I was hoping tomorrow I would not see.
Okay.
That's how I ended up. You know, I guess some women who did see that, wow, you know, this man, he just going through a bad stage, but I feel he gonna bounce back. So I'm gonna get with him to see. because you know everybody that knows me, even my friends that grew up with me, they said, "Damn, Dre, out of all of us to get the felony, it would be you." That's what they said, man. We was out robbing stores, we was out stealing, all this shit. You was the only one going to school. You were the only one with a fucking head in his book. You were the first one to get a brand new car, first one to move out on his own, first one to do all this shit. And then we sitting up here and we got family and your shit is hell. He said if somebody would have told me that it would be the other way around, he said I would have never been able to say that. Because we always said, he said, I realize it to this day. You were
But you
a
know
much
what?
more intelligent guy than I was. And I'm another man to man saying that when another man told me, you said, we thought you were lame. It wasn't that you were lame. You were just more mature. And you realized that certain things you didn't need to do.
But Dre, you experienced all these things that brought you basically, what rounded you basically to understanding humbleness. So therefore, the generation that's coming after you, you're able to teach them how to be humble, but also giving them examples of your experience. So therefore, they would be most inclined to listen to you because you have lived it. So I'm like this. I'm not understanding where the part is that you failed your children. If you have learned to be humble.
Well, this is the problem. I felt the you realize when you live at a certain lifestyle and all like that is this. I know that I'm damaged goods from my situation. I know that, like I said, I suffer from depression. You know, I know that already. That's you know, I like I said, I'm very good analyzer, and I
We suffer
analyze
from
myself
acute.
too. I understand. You know, the depression is bad. I see that I am worried a lot about them for what they'll have to go through. Sometimes you can't sit up there and provide what you want for them, and it's not because you don't want to try. It's just the fact is, you know, just people. It's like once you've been tainted and it tears you up. Sometimes it's just hard to bounce back from. It's
But Dre,
hard.
how
I
can
mean,
you
some
say
people,
this when you
some
got kids
people
that don't
can
even
bounce
know who their
back.
father is?
Huh?
How can you say all that when some kids don't even have the opportunity of knowing who their father is, let
Yeah.
alone maybe some kids don't even know, I mean they know, but their father can't do nothing for them because they in jail or they dead. You still
Well,
around. You still around to make a difference.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I would rather, if I
I
knew
don't
that
get
he
it.
would be better off, and I was gone, I would take that for him, because it's just bad to see a child suffer, and that to me, I
Well,
look
if
at
you
that as
teach
bad.
them right based on your experiences, man, you ain't got to go through all that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you just basically rehashing a bunch of unnecessary shit that actually was necessary because actually you can use that when you are trying to deliver that lesson of humbleness. The things that you fuss about and feel bad about are actually tools that you can use to get somebody to understand shit. So how is you like keep using these things to help you to feel bad
No,
when
I
these
mean,
can be used as tools to help somebody to feel better and to do well?
I'm not like I said. I try not to. I think about it at times. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. But I've adopted a different way of thinking. Remember, I said sometimes you can't sit up here and change a situation, but what you can do is change your way of thinking.
Yeah.
Where to fact is, where
That's what I be talking about.
I get joys out of dumb shit now. Where you figure, okay, well, fine, you may not be able to do this, that, and the other, but now it's like if I reach in the bag and I grab the right tool in the first time, or I grab the right socket the first time, I sit there and laugh. Wow, you know that was, you know, sometimes you just gotta find something else to be happy about. And some things you won't be able to change because the way society is, but you just
Why
change
we
your
can't be
mind
happy about
and get
ourselves?
happy about dumb shit.
Why
And
we gotta be finding shit to be happy about other shit? Why we can't be finding something to be happy about ourselves?
right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I see what you mean, Mendel, but when you think of something bad about yourself, and yeah, I mean, really, basically what I've done now is I don't even worry about, I know that's kind of bad, my protection that helps me, I don't really worry about myself anymore. I'm not worried about when it comes to the fact, I'm not worried about people's opinion of me. or whatever. That's why, if you notice, I can take a lot of shit off of people. It doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, literally, like I said, I'm like, I mean, I've heard every damn thing before. You're not gonna hurt me. I mean, literally, that's just what it is. I've heard every joke in the book. Do you think that that's gonna hurt me? No. Words have never heard it.
But see, the thing is, that's the problem because now, oh no, it's a great thing. You're right, and I got tremendous respect for you for that. But the thing, the problem is in our society, you got upper fools that look at that as being weak or soft and shit like that because you're not quick to jump and contend and battle and holler and scream about shit. You feel me? And because you don't feel, like physically, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this shit dumb. You know what I mean? To what it's dumb to you, everybody thinks that's being manly to them. It's being manly to them, but it's dumb to you.
Right.
So you're looked upon as being weak because you ain't reacting to what they consider to be manly or masculine. That's the dumb shit to me. See, I'm about all this around. Now that is what looks dumb to me as a woman.
Right.
When it comes down to issues of the men folk today. So I see men like you being more masculine than the ones that holler, scream, showboat, show off, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because the ones that, like I say, all the time in my life, the ones that do all that shit were always the ones that were the most unhappiest. And they needed things to represent what they are not, really. So it's almost like standing, like being, for hiding your face, like a mask. You put this mask on. You pull the mask off, they got a frown on their face. But the mask got a smile. See, so therefore, I look at things like that.
Right.
A lot of them type of cats, man, kind of remind me of the Joker. Those, like the actual Joker.
Yeah.
Like they got that smile. Everything is good, and beneath all that, they
But the intentions are wrong.
fucked up in the head. Right.
Right. So it's like, but the thing is, once you see it like that, it's like, okay, that's just like, you leave circles like that alone. In other words, that's just like, are you on drugs? Then why would you go to a shooting gallery? Why would you go to a house that ain't got nothing but everybody in there getting high? You can't relate to that. You don't be doing that. So why the fuck you sitting up in that house?
Right. I agree.
You see what I'm saying? So, everybody should, don't feel bad or let yourself feel bad. Men folk, y'all men folk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on the right path because basically we ain't never, as long as we still breathing, we've always got room for improvement. Y'all got room for improvement. I'm saying society-wise. I don't mean to say we like I'm a man, but I'm just saying we always got room for improvement.
Well,
if that bad thing, all the bad things, Drake, did they happen to you? Is you swinging from a beam in your basement? No.
But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
You thought about it. I don't give a fuck thinking about it. You didn't do it. But you didn't do it. You was quick to do every damn thing else, but you didn't do something to yourself. You know why? Because somewhere along the line, you know that you are of value. Your problem is probably trying to get other people to see your value. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, you done got past all that mess and all that shit, and you're still here.
Yeah,
so I don't like to hear when guys say what they are not or what they can't do. I like to hear a lot of men folks start talking about what they can do. And stop allowing them past things or using the past things as excuse or allowing them things to still have precedence and power over them today and going forward. Now, if you knew what the problem was yesterday, why are you letting that be a problem today where it's going to end up fucking you up tomorrow?
Yeah.
This is the part that, as a woman, I don't understand.
Well, I totally understand.
What kind of man shit is that?
It's easy. I'm just letting you know. I'm going to let you know. It's easier to say, hard to do. I'll let you know, like plain simple. This one.
So people just be talking.
I've noticed is this: the more intelligent you are, the higher your IQ, the harder it is to get over things. I've noticed that it seemed like what I've always noticed, even from that, because I went to a time I was seeing a psychologist twice a week, going through my ordeal. I don't mind sharing, sharing, sharing what you got. But basically, this is what I did. I even told her. So basically, I had two psychiatrists in the room because basically they wanted to see. Okay, so we sitting here talking, and I told them, I said this. You ever sit there and you wonder that this is how you feel? Like, next time, this is what I want you to do, all the people just listening here. When you wake up tomorrow, right, I want you to first picture that first instant where when you're laying there asleep and you become like self-aware where you are. Or like when you become like where you can feel the bed underneath you before you even open your eyes.
Reality.
No, but before you, when you're coming back, usually the first response that I used to feel, as soon as I could feel the bed under me, oh shit, I'm still here.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing. You'd be like, damn it. Like what? Oh shit, you know what I mean? Sometimes you would wonder, hey man, I wake up and this would be like a 20-year-long dream, man.
I got, you know what, Dre? Sometimes like what you just said, damn, this is messing my head up.
Right. I mean,
sometimes like when I do wake up, I be like, damn, I'm here. I'm still here. That's you.
That's really. I'm gonna let you know.
Well, see, that's a good feeling because it means that you have survived all the bullshit and you still here. You know what I'm saying? Why is everybody so quick to want to look at everything negatively?
Well, my thing was I didn't want to be here.
No, but hear me out. I wasn't thinking of it like that way. It was negatively or positive. It was just like I'm waking up like, okay, I'm still here.
Still here.
It kind of would just fuck my head up.
But I'm looking at it like a woman. Like, oh my God, y'all dudes went through all of that shit and your man ass is still here. That means you are a man. That was confirmation.
But
you should allow that to be seen as confirmation.
I'm gonna tell you like this: is sometimes you just get tired. You get tired of it.
Yeah, Carlotta. What they've basically been saying in the last few minutes is they're talking about a broken spirit. When a man's spirit is broken, it's
you
totally
just get
different.
tired of trying.
I say wounded.
And then, but I'm just saying, even though I'm as me being a human, I'm not even for to talk about being a man, but me just being a human. And me thinking being depressed, and I'm sitting back and I'm doing all this drinking, all this other shit. I did a binge drinking all that week. And turn around, hey, I still be able to wake up and say, yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So it's not saying that, like he said, yeah, it's a broken spirit. I mean, that's
wounded.
No, but that's natural, But to sit there and say, and with me to say I'm still here, then sometimes I take that as motivation, and I'd be like, okay, and get your ass together, man. You here for a purpose.
That is motivation. That's what I'm saying. That was the point that I was making.
I mean, some people probably keep trying to test it, but then you got some people saying, "Nah, I'm here for a reason." Now I'm keep testing it. And me personally, I'm not for to keep testing that shit. I'm not for to keep saying, okay, if it was like that, then I'd rather just go ahead and go get my ass in traffic and run in front of a damn truck. Hey. If I'm Superman around this motherfucker, I'm finna keep, defying, death. No. So, yeah, sometimes I take it and be like, all right, yeah, and I'm not trying to be religion, put religion with any of you guys. Hopefully y'all don't take that way. But sometimes as I looked at it, I was just like, okay.
Okay, I got a question. Ashes just said that her brother's on heroin. What do you mean and leave the TV on so when he don't hear nothing, it's over? Okay. Now I get it now. I had to really think about it. Yeah.
Would you guys...
Literally, like I said, a lot of people don't know. Most of the time, when people are drug addicts and they use drugs, it's because they want to escape reality. It has nothing to do with them trying to be.
That's what I always thought.
They escape from reality. Like I know people who are alcoholics. I remember, like literally back then, them years, I was never an alcoholic. Never got no DUIs or nothing like that. But I do remember. Oh yeah, man, definitely. I definitely need to get a drink tonight because just.
That's
I had DUI before and I was 5 minutes alone.
When people have a long week at work on Fridays, what do they say at the end of the day on Fridays? They say you need to go out and get drinks.
You said what?
like when people have along with that, I think that's everyday life. And just some people take it to the extreme of abuse because
Yeah.
like work weeks. Most people in corporate America, what do they do on Fridays or the end of the day? They say, "Man, we need to go get drinks." Because they try to escape the reality of the work week, so they go get drinks. The alcohol suppresses the reality. That's why
But
people do that.
not to cut you off. You'd be surprised to certain people that be using these certain drugs. You got doctors
Oh yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
for drugs, but at the same
Mhm.
time, can you blame them? Especially doctors that work in the emergency room.
But
They-
honestly, I don't. I mean, to a lot of people, when they hear the word coke or they hear this and that, I don't see. It's just a more expensive marijuana. That's all it is. I don't.
yeah,
I know
Yo,
most people
people
they
don't have a
condemn
sense of
coke and things
self,
like that.
yo.
Yeah, it's bad to use, but it's bad to use. But I mean, I see why. Like I work with people who use cocaine and whatnot, and senators who use cocaine. I've seen senators who use cocaine. It's
Right.
crazy.
I
Mhm.
It's
mean,
like
meth, all
in
that.
South
I mean,
Carolina, we had a senator who got busted for cocaine.
hmm
Would you guys
Huh.
say because people use drugs because they want a moment of peace inside of them? Is it like to
yes.
escape it?
They're trying to find
Yes.
false sense of it when you start drinking and doing drugs and shit.
No, hold on. It's just like you being in the hospital, you in pain. You
It's
know.
not,
Yeah.
it's not even the fact of that. I like plain and simple is, I've gotten high before, and mostly every time I want to get high, I hate to say, because I wanted to forget about all the problems of everyday life.
But see, Jay, you have a way of, one thing I noticed about you that I haven't seen in guys in a long time is an expectation of loyalty amongst, like the brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like if I was a man and I confided in another man and me and him talked on a lot of different things and that man go take the shit that I said to him and go tell everybody else, that's like a breach of fucking security. Like I'm like, yo, I would say something like, I thought we was boys or something like that. I would
Well,
be
listen,
inclined to say some shit like that.
I'm
Not
pretty
because
sure.
I'm thinking
Look,
as a woman, but I actually remember,
right,
like the way shit went,
I
I would
feel
say
you,
back in the
Carlotta.
day.
When I
Carlotta.
grew up, it was like that.
Carlotta, I'm gonna tell you like
Huh.
this. I'm pretty sure people have seen. I
Cause
think
nobody's down with loyalty
my
anymore.
friend saying. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it enough in the last 2 weeks. I mean, literally. But I mean, like I said, certain people you expect to do dumb shit like that because
True.
they have fucking morals,
True. That's
and
true.
it's just what it is. I mean, literally, that's gonna be probably the running joke. We're gonna hear that shit for years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
But
just what
that's
it is.
not
Hey, man,
funny.
I thought we was, when I said it like that is, hey man, I thought we was cool. We wasn't gonna do this shit to each other. But evidently,
But see, that sounds like to me what you say sounds like what I was accustomed to hearing from how the guys talked a long time ago. Now it's not like that now, and a lot of people have forgotten that loyalty issue. That loyalty thing that was very mandatory, if you will, at one
Carla,
point in time amongst guys. But
you hit
now
it.
it ain't there no more.
You hit it right on the head because I was just thinking about that too, especially like in the '80s, even in the '90s, like how
Yes,
people honored that type of things, like
hell yeah,
But you see nowadays, it's
ain't like that.
it's no honor, none. And why people be honored, like wondering why shit fucked up these days.
Right,
right.
right,
I mean,
exactly.
it's just the fact that the fact is this: we have no
Like
moral.
dudes don't be having no respect for each other.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
That's really what it is. We don't care about each other. We become a very selfish society to where the
Right,
fact is
right.
the only way for us to feel special about ourselves is if what we can do to harm others.
But we can't
That's
sit back
really
and
what it
keep
is.
blaming these single mothers now because as men, look what the fuck we projecting,
Yeah.
and we doing it on YouTube. Look what are we projecting?
Oh, definitely.
Would you guys say the site is more about the individual? They care more about what can I do for myself rather than what can I do for...
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. Some people some people carry it in a negative sense, and some people are positive with that. But yeah, it is becoming an individualistic way of life. You know what I mean? Depending on how you carry yourself. If you all about yourself, like in a negative way, then you're going to be, cause you're going to do selfish shit. But if you positive about yourself and make sure your family is alright and yourself, but then you take that last little $10 and $20 and go out and do something nice to somebody else. That's how you're supposed to carry it. Not give somebody your last $10 and $20 and hope that they remember when you looked out like that and consider the fact you're a nice person and all that other shit. The thing is, you're not supposed to do that. That's why you don't get no credit for doing shit like that. You see what I mean? I find so many people to be like, y'all gave this person my last $10, you would think they would, call and see how I'm doing, if I'm alright, or come by, or even ask me, do I need anything? But they won't do that because you didn't disrespect who you are. You're supposed to get yourself the fucking $10 first and told them motherfuckers you ain't got it. But you think they're gonna stop being your friend?
You know what
Right.
though, Carla, these people out here nowadays, they as delusional as the people they call delusional. Ain't no difference. So I mean,
I ain't paying no motherfucker to be nice to me. That's dead. That's some bullshit. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, that's all the fuck you doing.
I
It's
know.
basically paying motherfuckers to be nice to you.
So
So
sometimes,
that's some stupid shit.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, you hit on the head with that one. Yeah. I
Definitely.
mean,
Well,
sometimes you paying motherfuckers actually to even talk about you.
Well, you could be paying people also to not talk about you.
Right, that too. Come on, man. It's like this shit
The
don't.
thing is, I mean, today is like so. Come on, you guys on this panel here. Come on, fellas. Y'all know what the deal is in this world. Y'all see it every day. Y'all like your soul like open. Y'all like your eyes are like open in this shit. Y'all got like bird shit in the crack of your eyes. Because they're open. It's like, get the bird shit out and open your eyes all the way.
Right, but
It's like,
I ain't
give
got
yourself the credit.
no, because I could turn around and say I'm a man, and with everybody on the panel, if I
You
don't
forgetting
agree
something.
with you, I don't mean I got to throw you under the bus.
Y'all forgetting something. Y'all can speak on everything. Some guys, they can't speak on shit because they haven't experienced good or bad. All they know is like, you got niggas just running around thinking they badass because they align themselves with like criminals and shit. Nigga, you ever pull a trigger? No. So how the fuck you gonna sit up here and act like you that nigga? We buy. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, y'all done did some real shit. For real, for real. So therefore, that to me would establish y'all as being more manly than the motherfuckers that talk about the shit they've done but ain't do shit.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, if you look at it like that. But you got people out here bragging and talking all this shit and they never did some shit.
Oh, no,
And and the scary part is they're being more believed than the people that actually did something.
no, they
But
did.
the people that actually did some shit, they walking around in circles talking about, I should have never did it. Nigga, huh? It's like you are like a wealth of experience, a wealth of knowledge, bruh. You can talk on both ends. You can talk about the bad shit, and you can talk about how to make it into something that's a positive thing. These niggas can't do that today. The ones that haven't done it wasn't about that life. Put it that way.
Right.
They can't spin that shit into something positive.
I mean, if you have two
All they can
scenarios,
do is keep the negativity going.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You can see this shit with your eyes closed. Stop playing. I'm going on mute.
All right. Go ahead, Jeff.
okay, but if you have two scenarios, one scenario is basically you see a homeless child getting attacked and you help him, and the other one is you have a gang, you beat someone up. Obviously, I think the scenario when you have the homeless child is more masculine than having a gang and beating people up. In my view, when you help someone out, someone who's really weak
Right.
and vulnerable, you know what I mean?
Right.
But some people feel like if you have a gang, you're like more masculine somehow. But I don't think that's really masculine compared to protect someone that's really vulnerable with no status from someone when he's innocent. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got more people that's like act like they tough guys out here screwing other men than you got motherfuckers that be like doing like what is considered gay shit or saying some gay shit. The ones that you accuse of saying gay shit ain't the gay niggas. The one that be talking all that big boy shit is the ones you need to give side eye. You feel me?
Right. Right.
That be that truth today. This is how shit is running today. Because you know what? Everything is running backwards. Everything is running backwards. And if you're a person that see things in another different way, the way that you're seeing it is the way that it's supposed to really go. You feel me? The things that you expect, like the loyalty among, the camaraderie, dudes and shit like that, that's how it's supposed to go. But people are spinning shit backwards because you can make money off of it.
Right.
For one, you know what I'm saying? And for two, if it is negative and it generates more negativity beyond the negativity that you feel, sometimes people depend on that to feel better.
Right.
So basically, you're like creating something to make fucked up people feel not as fucked up. This is why some people gravitate to so much negativity. Because it's like, damn, I don't feel so bad now. I'm listening to all these other niggas going through some shit.
Yeah.
But if the more you listening, you ain't hearing no resolution, though. You're not hearing no solution to the fucking problem. All you hear is a bunch of motherfuckers bitching. I'm the type of person, I like to hear resolution. I like to hear solution.
That's right.
Because I'm thinking, I know people can think outside the box. I know they don't have like 20 dudes talking at one time and they can't not one goddamn person come up with some more other shit to do.
Right.
That don't make sense to me. If you want something to change, you got to at least, you know what I'm saying, get into finding a solution or a resolution to something. All that, imagine putting all that energy into a solution or resolution. Damn, we'd be powerful than the mug, huh? That would be a real powerful thing.
I will say.
Instead of just people walking around, you know what I'm saying, representing anger or being mad at some shit all the time.
But here's
Why we can't come together as a people, and figure out what can solve a problem or resolve a problem? Why we can't do some shit like that?
Well, here's the question, though, Carlotta. I'm going to let you know like this. If you say we can do that, let's ask some of the other people what are their reasons why we can't come together, and we always are fighting. Like
that's what I've always wanted to know.
Everybody's takes on that. Why are we always fighting and can't do anything together?
I think we already, let me chime in on that right quick.
That's why I can tell people I love them. Like, I can tell people, like, if you want to stay negative person, I'll tell you I love you because I'm like this with myself. I feel like I'm above that shit. Right. I'm above all that negative, dumb shit. So, therefore, I can afford to tell you, I love you, brother. You still cool. You cool with me. You all right. We all right. I can say this peace shit because I live that peace shit. I'm true to form. What I talk about, I live about. Fuck all that trying to talk a bunch of shit to impress other motherfuckers. No. What would be my point? Then I would be lying to myself. And at the end of the day, I got to deal with me. And that's why a lot of people can't deal with themselves at the end of the day. They need other motherfuckers. You ever seen that?
Well, let's get
they always need to be a part of a crew and have other people there. That's crazy.
Let's get a couple other people's opinions on here. So we go ahead and say, what you say you wanted to chime in on that, Anthony? Go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be something kind of quick. It's just like I think like a couple other people on the panel said it. Just people got their own agenda. And they don't sit back and they really don't think about the overall thing that really could help out. Mm-hmm. I don't want to sit there just as black people, just as people in general. And sit back, they go against they have their own agendas, and they don't at the end of the day really sit back that when you put out that type of that hatred speech, what it could do, or the shit that you're talking about, that actually it can harm people. That propaganda that a lot of people actually on YouTube is doing. So I mean, shit, what can be done?
That's why we have to say not all.
No,
you understand why we have to say not all.
Because I know if you go to my channel, it's definitely not all. Because I already know as being a felon, I sit back now. I knew just like what he was talking about when Dre said that shit about waking up that really hit me, because that's how it was with me. I was waking up like, damn, I survived. I'm woke. I'm in this bed. I'm woke. I'm thinking for sure that I want to be alive. But then it dawned on me. It was like, okay, Anthony, look, you're here for a reason. Go do something positive. Let's start reaching out to people. Let's see, can we change the game? A lot of these people out here, the felons. That's why I started my YouTube channel. I'm like, hey, I want to change the game. I was able to brush it off, and really get myself together, start going to programs, and really just like, all right, I could get out this funk. I could at least try to get a job in the way I can support. Right, but I could support my kids. And then now that's 5 years later. Now 5 years later, I'm still at this job. So, and I could sit there and tell other people who was in that situation with me back then, like it's an opportunity. It's there, you know. So
I
that's
mean,
the voice I want to be. That's what who Anthony want to be now. The voice prior to that voice prior to that when he was just waking up, in that bed, like, why did I just wake up? Why is I'm not dead? You know. So it's deep. You guys fucking me up with this convo today, cause damn, I had some things y'all talking about. It's certain things I actually be thinking about.
I understand it.
So
But see, my thing is like, you got a lot of people that, listen to, like how you say you speak positive, but guess what? In their eyes, you're not doing enough. They want to go from not being able to get a job to being able to get $20 an hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't want to take the job at the convenience store. They don't want to take the job at the gas station. They want to get some shit. They want to make $20 an hour.
you
If
know
they
what?
not getting big money out of some shit, they gonna go back to doing what they was doing.
Hey, Carla, I'm gonna break that down. I swear to
How does
God,
that
I'm
work?
gonna break it down to them. I mean, I'm gonna break it down to the nearest compound. I mean, look, if anybody, like I said, I'm on this man channel. Anybody else want to talk to me about that? Come meet me over there where I'm at, because, like I said,
You gotta humble themselves though.
you got to know, you got to start. You got to start.
You gotta be humble because you can't have no major expectations,
Oh no, it's
and
not.
that's unrealistic. So you got to be humble.
It's not even just about humbling yourself. You got to start. You can't sit back out here and keep saying that, hey, I can't get a job. I can't, and then here it is, that job right there for $10. Your ass.
That's what I'm saying. But they don't want to take that $10 an hour job because either they maybe used to sell drugs and they used to make more money or whatever. So they're gonna have to learn how to humble themselves.
They don't want to work, and then
You're gonna have to take $10.
and especially as you being a family man, and I'm just saying, just mostly like, I'm not. I hate to say black man, as you being a man or a woman having a family, you can't sit there and decide. You can't decide on, okay, hey, because that's paying $10. I shouldn't go there and be there and accept it. Well, you don't want to work, so don't be sitting here and complaining about shit that there is no jobs. As you being a felon or you got a background, when it's right there in front of you, that could be the start. That don't go ahead and turn your life around and you see like you turn that shit down because of the pay. Nigga, I would eat anybody up that say that shit right now.
Man, that's an idiot if you turn it down because of the pay. But I mean, literally, I've seen to where you won't even get hired and given the time of day.
Exactly.
Literally, that's the thing. If somebody offer you a job, this is a perfect example, which I do admit this has kind of been bad with my situation. It's been times where I've taken jobs to do work for people in people's houses where I know this job don't pay nowhere near enough. But I'll just take the job anyway because you know that, hey, I'd rather bring home something than nothing.
Thank you.
But the problem is, the only thing I don't like is I've noticed every time I've taken those jobs, these motherfuckers want you to build them a fucking Taj Mahal and want to pay you $50.
And Dre, I was there, with the audio game when I wasn't finding no jobs. I just do the audio game, putting people radios in the cars and all that. And mostly it was my people. You know what they used to pay me? Half the price, not even half the price that the shop would do, and I would do it more professionally than the shop would do.
Right. That's how it is. But I would admit, and I was so bad, I sit there and laugh. I got a couple people I work for. This one woman, I've been helping her. She want to find a house. So this dude put up her microwave and stuff. I had offered to do it for her first, above, hook it up above the stove with the cabinets and all that shit. She paid this man $280, right, to do it. Mm-hmm. So I told her afterwards, I remember I saw her a couple of days, I said, well, it's up there wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, plain and simple, it's up there wrong. I said, that's not the way you do it. One, it's too damn close to there. You're supposed to have it lined up right there.
Mm-hmm.
I said, on top of that, if you don't do it now, everything's going to have to be moved. So she asked me afterwards, well, can I do it put it up to where it's supposed to be? And I told her, I want $150.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to pay me that. But I'm like, wait a minute. I offered you the first time. I said I would have done it for you, $450. Now I got to do double the work, and I still gave you the same price, and you don't want to pay me that? But yet you can get paid that other man to $280 to do it in a day, but I'm supposed to do it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I know they do it all the time. And I hate to say, a lot of time it's the black people.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time though, you trying to build your brand, so you think to yourself like, wait, okay,
But the fact is too,
work with you, but come on now, but
that's the problem is, well, I got kids and all that. Bush, well, look, motherfucker, I got kids to feed too.
right.
I can't be working for you for $60, $70, $85 a day. What? I got a kid to feed. You ain't my woman.
And then somebody, you paying them actually the hourly cost, and they ain't even doing the shit right.
Right.
Crazy. Anyway, that's my point. That's all I really want to speak on it. You know, so I don't get it. You know, I do get it, but I don't. But people, when they make excuses about that shit, that's when I sit there and I tear their ass up. Ain't no excuses, man. It's none. You know, if it's there, take it, build your shit up, build your brand. You are your brand. You know, work hard. I mean, it's after the background now, because it's gonna be a motherfucker to try to get a good job, unless you just got that. You want to be the inclination, or you some rapper, you a hot ass rapper or whatever, or producer. But other than that, I mean, you out here in this job market, man. Now you gonna need people that speak for you, and you gonna have to start at the bottom. Even you got opportunity to even start at the bottom. I don't understand
It would be pretty cool if somebody like created a business that overlooked some background check. In other words, they don't be all into that background check shit. Like their business is established to help that that group of people or so that's coming out of prison and trying to get themselves together.
Well, there are some companies that do that. There are some companies that do that. Yeah, there are some. I mean, it all depends on where it is.
The crime was or something.
Right. But I mean, this is the problem too. With some of our fathers, after you get in a child support game and after you get it already taxed out, if you got it to where they just eating your shit alive, you got to be making 13 plus an hour. Otherwise, ain't no fucking point in going to work. You are not going to make it.
All the men across the country can't seem to sign an all-out petition or a petition of some sort or get together like the Black Lives Matter marching and shit. Can they do that to change the laws of child support?
You would think that. Only way for them to do that, they need to get the gay people involved. Tell them that some gay people. Tell them that some gay people getting their house, losing their houses of child support and all that bullshit because the laws that they had before they switched over and started that shit. Yeah, if they got them on board, it definitely would change. Because I know plenty of people, like literally, I was going to work working, I had to work, 40 hours a week. And afterwards, everything, I could pay my car note and I could pay my insurance. After child support and everything, that's all I could pay. If I pay my car note and pay my insurance to be able to go back to work the next month, then I would have maybe like $25, $30 to put in the tank between each trip, and I never went nowhere else but to work. Because it wasn't the fact that I wasn't going out to spend no money. It was the fact that if I drove my car anywhere other than work, I wouldn't have enough gas to make it to the next week.
Right, yeah, I got you. I used to be like that too. Yeah.
My mom at one time, she helped up. She said, well, fine, you got good insurance and you've never been in an accident. And actually, it was cheaper for her because I'm the better driver because she's had too many accidents. So they put our insurance together, and she just said, I'll just pay your insurance for you. So literally, one check went to a car note. The other check went to, so I said I made, but after everything, you think about it, you make about $400-something a month, 210 of it go to the child support off rip. I mean, you say you survive on that after working 40 hours a week. I mean, that's just what just kills. I mean, literally, you have no morale. I mean, you sit up here and say, well, you don't go out and eat at lunchtime with your friends while y'all on break. No, because why? That's just too much punishment. And I mean, you sit up here and say,
like what I ended up with after, like, me and my ex-husband was divorced before I met the fella I'm with, I'm married to now. That sounds like what I would end up with after, all was said and done for the month with the 3 children.
Yeah.
You know, because I wasn't the person. I didn't make them pay child support. You know, and I mean, it wasn't because I just didn't. What the fuck? I mean, it's like to me, like I always try to tell people, children remember more what you told them than what you bought them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So I
cool.
thought that these guys, because I got my son is by a previous relationship, my girls was by my husband. But the thing is, I thought, and they are, more valuable to the lives of our children based on the things that they know and their experiences than any dollar or materialistic thing that they could give them children. In other words, I always felt like I picked well. Now, me and that person, those two, we may have not gotten along and stayed together forever. But I feel as though I picked well when it came down to actually having the children that I have. And I'm not just saying it because I love my kids and all that corny shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's just that I just picked well. I got smart children, but yet and still, they were created by somebody I didn't stay with. Or, you know, the first person was I didn't marry, or the second person I divorced. Shit didn't work out, but yet and still, I got intelligent children. You see what I'm saying? It's like I got good kids, even though it was a fucked up relationship. You see, and that's how I look at it. That's why I wasn't pressed for, oh, give me some money to tolerate this little fucked up nigga like this fucked up little their father. No, it wasn't like that. That's why I wasn't thinking about, you know what I'm saying, somebody like, give me this, give me that. I'm like, the best thing that them fools could have did, and they did a lot of times, is, you know, let them hang out with you for a day. Get them for the weekend or something. You know what I mean? And that helped me, because it gave me some time to myself. Now, if you decide, if they with you, and you decide to buy them something, buy them little shoes, or give them little outfits, then that's on you. But if you can't afford to get them that shit, because I mean, I'm a realist. If you living somewhere that's $700 and some a month, and I know damn well, at least I know, or think I know, how much you make every month. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going, and the bills that you got, I'm not going to sit up here and hold you to paying for this and paying for that. Do it like I do it, you know, when you can. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, do it when you can. My children, I felt, was my responsibility. It's just, it was beneath me to be like, I need money for diapers, or you gotta give me some money for these shoes. It just felt beneath me to be asking for shit like that.
Just tell you like that as though that's just you. That's not how it'll work.
But there's a lot of women out here that's like that, Dre.
Yeah,
I don't know like where the brothers is looking, but there's a lot of people out here that's like that.
There's a lot that are, and I mean, we'll admit, there's a lot that's out there, but it's probably 10 times as worse, 10 times more out there that aren't. That's how I get.
Yes, that's true. That's the unfortunate thing. You're right. It's more than are not.
Let's ask Jim over here. He's from, you know, Sweden, so let's get his opinion. Like, how do women and stuff act over there when it comes to, you know, when they separate and have children? What do you feel there?
They just separate and that's it. They just usually the woman takes the children most of the time, but they don't have any payment. She basically takes the kids and they separate, and you know they make a document to separate, and that's it, I guess. But usually it's very biased against the woman to take the children. Even if she's a drug addict, she will still probably get the children. So, yeah.
Right.
They do that here. It's like that little bit here, Jim.
You gotta really be. I mean, like literally, I've known people that have kept their kids and they physically hurt the children. They've been on drugs, and the women still get the child. But a guy is not a drug addict, no criminal history,
right?
Been in the army, and he can't get the kids. She's a drug addict, done burned the child with cigarettes and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, whatever. You know, it's like, we'll get her help. And it's like, what the fuck? You know, you think that would be open and shut, but not here in the States. It's like they still have that. It's starting to come around where more fathers are getting custody.
Yep.
But, I mean, the society has always been the woman's way. I mean, it's just what it is.
That's true.
I sit there and laugh because one reason why I didn't, if you notice, I didn't talk the other day, my son's mother came over. So it was surprising. She didn't have too much to do with him. You know, well, so that is she knows about my show now after this, so I pretty sure if you hear me about going through any bullshit, you probably went back and watched some of them old shows. And she, even though I never said her name, she knows that all the shit she's done. So she's one of them type of people.
But still, you guys are pretty strong, you know, even if you have all this alimony. If I was in your position, I would be pretty, like, scared, to be honest, if I had to pay, like,
shit. I'm not even...
She just gave y'all a compliment.
No, but every time somebody knocks at the door, I think they're coming to get me. I mean, I'm not even going to lie.
I mean, shit, you guys are strong. I have to admit, you guys are pretty strong people, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, they sent 10 cops to my house one time. You would have swear up and down that I was fucking drug kingpin or some shit.
But is it like, do they arrest you if you can't pay? Like, do the cops come to you and say you couldn't pay? Let's get you.
Yeah, they can get, well, this is how it works now. In the states here, if you fall behind and you ain't made your payment for the month or this, that, and the other, within a couple of days, your license plate is entered into the thing. If you also too, if you're behind on child support, they ask for any assets that you own that are worth more than $400. Anything that you own worth more than $400, they want. Like I had a car in my name that was scrapped out, but I never liked the title and all that shit was in my name. They even came and asked where the fucking car was.
Was this law made before? Was this law made like in an older time when like women didn't have jobs, or when did this alimony law? When was it made? Like
I don't know about the alimony law. I know the child support law. They really strict. I say the last. Child support law was made a long time ago, but what happened? At least 20-something years ago. But they become more strict, and say especially in the last 10 years. In the last 10 to 15, they become more strict. Where basically it was like this. It was the woman's choice. Where if she got mad at you, then all she had to do was just make a phone call to your caseworker, and if you were behind, then they're just going to make your life live in hell after that. And it doesn't even matter anything. It's some women out there, they see you dating another girl, or they see you out somewhere having fun, or one of their friends here, oh yeah, I saw him. He was at, oh, well, wait a minute. He was over there buying this bitch drink or whatever. I bet you're there. Yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, women are like that. I mean, a lot of these women are, they feel if you got an extra dollar, they want it.
Do you think they?
Yes.
I was gonna ask you a question, Dre.
What's
Do you think they like tweaked that law, that child support law, because they knew a lot of brothers would fall short of it, and that was a way to get a lot of men in jail?
Hell yeah! Just give you a perfect example of this. My son's mother, an event went down where she was going to possibly had a chance of losing custody of him because of what she did. Okay, immediately after that, because Child Protective Services were notified. They notified Child Protective Services. They did all that. I came to school to pick him up because the school had notified Child Protective Services on her, not me. The school did. Okay, fine. They went in there. They did that. The principal at first thought it was me because I used to volunteer at the school, so they thought they were calling Child Protective Services on me. But then after they talked to the child, they found out, no, it wasn't Dad that did this to me. It was Mom. Because I used to volunteer at school every day, and I'd been there for like 50 days in a row on end. I'd just start working in the afternoon, where I volunteered at school in the daytime, work in the afternoon. And, my son was loving that because he said it's nice to know that you're in the building doing other stuff. And it seemed like he was really gravitating towards that. He was doing better in school. So I'm like, fuck it. If I got to go to school every day to get him to stay on the right track, I'll just do the shit for a while. Okay, fine. That goes on. Shit goes down. The principal says, what? Oh, wait a minute. You've been living with your daddy for the last couple months. How the hell are you back with your mom? So they call, they do all that bullshit. A little argument happens at us in the courtroom. So she thought, I said, well, fine, just let him come with me. Now, the Child Protective Services, he's been staying with me all this time, still made him leave with her, even after you think that if the school called him on him, that'd be enough said right here. So the principal was like, what the fuck? Why should we ever call anybody? I'll never call you guys again on the kid. This is the person that hurt the child, and you're going to let the child go away from him and take him away from the father and give it back to the person that hurt him? If that had been him, he'd be laying up in cuffs somewhere. She said, I'd never call you. He said that child is going to go home and get his ass beat even worse now.
Woo, I got a pretty nasty story for you. In Sweden, there's a couple that got divorced, and the female one was a pedophile. She was a convicted pedophile, but she still got the child, and the guy was a millionaire, but she still got the child.
But now, what got me is this. Now, think about this. The Child Protective Services knows
Damn, Jeff.
to show you how the system is. She called child support the next day on me. So basically, when she called child support the next day on me, anytime you behind, that just starts them to back out after you even harder. So literally, like 2 weeks later, I get ran, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting in jail. And I mean, she had even said, "Oh, just wait till you be sitting up in orange." Basically, she know what that means. But basically, you make a phone call, they come pick your ass up. That's really what it is. Anytime they get mad, they just come. They make a phone call. You do something they don't want. You just say, "Hey, you know." I mean, literally nowadays, it's not that a fact that I look at it as a wuss about it. Just let them fuck do what you want, you know, because basically you can't win with if you don't got the money to fight, you can't win, and the system will keep you in jail and keep you to that. So if you don't have lawyers and money to come in to fight the shit, you might as well just say fuck it and let the women do what they fucking want. And that's why in my book, I'm not even going to tell you the truth. If it comes down to snapping and killing a bitch and killing your kid or doing that bullshit or walking away, walk away. I mean, it's just like it is. I understand. I feel sorry for the kids and all like that. But if you don't do that, if you know the situation is shit and fucked up like that, you just got to walk away. So
But
that's what I said.
honestly,
I don't fault, even though these women may not like this, I don't fault not one man that walks away from a woman because of the drama with
I
her.
don't either. But honestly, you just said something that was real. You said that if you ain't got a lawyer and money to fight some shit, you know what I'm saying, it'll be against you. You're damn right. Because guess what? I had to go to court with my ex-husband, and this nigga was getting ready to have his way about having my babies going out of state, doing that out of state visitation shit. He was getting ready to have his way because here it is, I'm physically taking care of the kids, so I couldn't afford a lawyer at that moment. But he had one. Guess what? By the time we had to go to another hearing, which was scheduled like 6 months away, I was able to hurry up and get one real quick. But if you went by the first hearing we went to, oh, they was getting ready to kick my ass. I'm like this. 6 months later, had I not had my attorney, that shit would have went his way. So at the end of the day, it's not about gender. It's about money.
Right. Well, not even the fact of that, but just like I said, I'm going to answer Brain's question in the chat room.
It's serious.
I couldn't get a lawyer. My case has already went criminal. I mean, it's a big difference. Like when you go to child support, they have it where you can be in juvenile court or criminal court. Once your case moves over to criminal court, then you have different rules for that. So basically, you could go down to jail. You could go down to juvenile court, and they can give you 30 days. And it's been legal. Sometimes I went down to juvenile court, and I've gotten 30 days. I've been held for 30, 45 days, whatever. Get out of court, and immediately, like 4 days afterwards, I go to court for criminal court, and these motherfuckers try to put me in jail too. Like, motherfucker, I just got out Monday. What the fuck do you expect? But I mean, literally, that's the problem it can have. And once your case moves over to criminal court, they can charge you with another felony for on child support. So technically, you know, thank God I know we're not one of those things, 3 felonies, you get life. Because I don't think that's, if you had 3 felonies, technically they get you with a felony for each kid. So technically, I got a felony from way back when I was younger, and then now I got 4 felonies now because one for the 3 kids. But I mean, literally, that's just what it is. They tell you. So you got, you know, I picked up my second, third, and fourth felony. It had to be going on 2 years ago. So you know, now I got 4 felonies. On that, so I mean, it really does. A lot of times too, when jobs look at that and say, "Damn, this motherfucker got 4 felonies," when they just see multiple felonies, they don't even give a fuck what it is. They don't. And people say, "Well, you owe child support." One of the things is too, a lot of companies don't like to mess with people on child support because why? They know this motherfucker ain't making no money. They know that damn near all his money is being taken. What type of employee is he gonna be? I mean, when they really look at it from a company point of view, what type of employee would he be if you're taking all his money?
You don't have any second chance laws in Ohio?
Yeah, they do offer a second chance. They made a law. What was the name of that law? I was down there for it when it happened. But that law doesn't excuse, basically when they made the tier so that what happened is this. When I got my felony, and I didn't know about this, I took a plea. So I should have got my case knocked down, which I didn't.
So I didn't know because we had never, nobody in my family ever been in no trouble. We had never, worst thing we ever gotten was a traffic ticket. I didn't even know what a fuck, I ain't even gonna say I was naive. I didn't even know what a fucking felony was. Just to go to show you how our people were. I read, but I was into other shit. I wasn't into anything about dealing with the law or trouble because I didn't do none of that shit.
Go that route,
You didn't know, right? I didn't really need to know. So you get to felony, they charged me with felonious assault. If I would have been charged with simple assault, I could have got it expunged. But like I remember everybody said, well, they made that law a couple of years ago. I said yes, but if you also make it, if you read that law, felonious assault is actually said in the law and mentioned that it is not excusable. And I said that was the case then. Like I remember when they had the big town meeting, and as soon as they said that, like within 15 minutes in the meeting, they were talking about because everybody was all happy. And they was like, well, oh no, don't get up and leave. Well, I said, no offense, man. You said felonious assault can't be helped. I said, that's what I got. So ain't no point in me staying here any longer. I'm just wasting my time. And it's like, well, I tell you, say you can't help me. That's what it is. So you can't help me, so why am I going to sit here? But that's just what it is. If you got a case and something like that, I mean, they will not touch you. And it's like, it would have been better off if I would have been a drug addict selling drugs or anything like that. They just would have been better off that way. You know, how our system do, Jim, I know you're not familiar with, but out here, once you're put on child support and you get your case goes over to criminal, it's now, they have different laws for you. One, you have to report to your probation officer once a month. You have to pay. But you have to pay all child support payments must be made in cash at the Treasury building. You are not allowed to just send your money in no more. You have to go down there to the Treasury. They got a special line to go to show you. They got so many men on child support. They got their own fucking line. And I mean, they got long roped off area. And you go down there, honestly, you just see people just counting out money because you got to pay all child support payments in cash. You got to go get a copy of the receipt for the receipt that you just got. You got to go somewhere and get a copy of the receipt, then go down here and take it to your probation officer. Now, don't ask me why the fuck do you need the original, why they won't take the original, because it ain't like you need the shit. But they will not take the original, so that means you got to go to another company and get a copy of that receipt or go all the way back home and make a copy. So you might as well, you see people leave the Treasury building, go to Kinko's, it's 2 blocks away, then they go right to the child support office.
That's crazy.
It kind of reminds you of like sacrifice. Give this sacrifice and we'll leave you alone. It kind of reminds
basically, that's what it is. I mean, they want, just give you a perfect example, my child support was so high, they were taking, the maximum they're allowed to take in Ohio, 65%. So every month they're taking 65% of my pay, right? And I'm going deeper in debt every month. Now that's bad. When you, I mean, literally, you're gonna take all my money and you're gonna tell me that I owe more money each month. So basically, you ain't paying out of it. If anybody wants to be added to the show, let me know. Cause I do admit I have not put the link up in a while.
And we're getting short of people too. It's getting.
Right. So I know some people did fall off. But I mean, like I said, as I'll go ahead and post the link, I'm pretty sure the trolls will probably sleep by now. But oh yeah, that's the thing is, do not. I mean, you go down there and pay your shit in cash, nothing else. They will not take.
Why do you have it like that?
You've been already moved over to criminal. Once you've been moved over to criminal, it's
I mean the cash thing. Like, why do they have like where y'all got like pay cash now? Like.
Oh, because they don't. I mean, it's just one. It's better for them. It's think about it. You paying cash. They got an ATM machine there writing the thing that in C1 that way too. I wouldn't be surprised. They might have set something up with the ATM company and make it that way that the people would more likely use that ATM more. So that way.
To keep guys reminded, they made it a physical thing.
Yeah, you have to pay in cash. You have to pay in cash. If you're not paying cash, then you know what I mean. They will not take it. They only take cash payments.
So to maintain you being adherent to having to pay it, they made it in the physical cash where you got to take the cash down there.
Yeah, you have to take the cash down there.
Oh, right. That's psychological as a bitch, but okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Like you go down there.
I can see the psychology behind that.
Yeah.
It's physically making you do something.
I'm just like, oh, well, you don't have to worry. I mean, lately I haven't I haven't gone on. I stopped dating over a year ago. I was dating this one chick, but she couldn't have kids. We were together for a little bit. Our parenting skills were different. But I haven't asked for a woman's number in over a year. I've been single all that time.
Well, all that shit you going through, I can see why.
One of the things is this. I do got a lot of I do have, you know, I said I have multiple kids by multiple parents. I don't really have the baby mama drama because basically they realize that I'm not a fighter. So how can you fight with a person that's not going to fight with you? You know what I mean? Okay, fine, do what you want. I mean, just like that. It's just, okay, fine, I'm just nonchalant about it anymore. So I usually don't, I very rarely even ever hear from them. And, you know, the good thing is my oldest son, he's old enough, me and him always talk anyway. My youngest son, he lives with me. My daughter, she's on that kick with that, so she wants to stay. Oh, go ahead, you can stay with your mom. I'm tired of all the bullshit. You want to sit up here and act like that? You're right. You said that your mother just said it right in front of you, that she was the one that kept you away from me. So I'm just going to tell you right in front of her. Just how you kept her away from me, you keep keeping her away from me now.
Dre, how old is your oldest child?
16.
Oh, okay.
I turned 17, so yeah.
And your youngest, how old is your youngest child?
13. Well,
oh,
actually,
okay.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty good age.
I would say the difference is Sweden. If a gang go against you, they usually hack your computer and take your money. That's basically the threat. They don't use it physically, but they tell you like, if you don't do what we say, we will hack into your computer and take your money.
Well, I know it's with child support here too. They can, like, you have a bank account, they can take all that. You have you know, anything. You went big in the lottery, they take that. You get any taxes, they take that. I mean, anything that they say that, you know, it's all going to be taken. You know, that's just basically what it is.
But there is still money for living and housing, you know, just basic needs, right? Or you can still be in a home and, like, you know what I mean? Like, just basic housing and food.
Are you able to still pay for basic housing and food after they take all like that money?
Definitely. If I didn't have actually. It's kind of a bad thing because basically in our state, child support is not figured into your income as, so say basically like when I was making my $75 to $100 a week, child support is not considered a deduction when you on how much money you make. So even though you was making say $380, $390 a month, that you were making, that's how much you brought home. You were making too much money to qualify for government assistance.
But here in Maryland, the state be robbing you. Like if you got a female and she got your child on social service or something, it's like the state is the one that be taking all the guys' money, and they'll give the girl like $50 or something like that. But they done took like about $400 or $500 from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when like a girl is on social service. Now, when
I mean, it's a benefit to women here. Like in our thing, Jim, I'll say this.
But they benefiting off the state, y'all. They be using the state be using y'all to pay themselves back.
Right, that's what it is. This is how it works here in our. See, this is what happens in this. That's why, like, it wasn't like I went out and had these kids because I wanted kids at the time. Every woman I went with, that was our goal. We said we weren't going to have any, but then once they get pregnant.
But that's why I understand why guys get mad when you got to pay a lot of money for child support because it's really the state taking your money.
Let me explain this to Jim because he's new here and doesn't know about it. One of our problems here in the States is this. As a woman, this is how it works. As a man, if you have a child and you can't afford to pay for the child, you go to jail. Whereas a woman, if you have a child and you can't afford to pay for a child, you get all the handouts.
But it doesn't make sense. Why should it be like that? It's so sexist in a way. I think at least.
Basically, they get, just give you a perfect example, because I even showed it to my oldest son. Like this. I said, I hate to throw your mother and shit up under the bus, but I'm going to just, like I said, you getting older and you starting to chase women, I'm going to tell your ass this for a reason. I said, now this is the thing. I said, if you ever notice, you the baby of all your kids. See, that's why normally I dated women with kids, because one, most of the time they didn't want no more. That's what I thought.
No.
But you know, in my mind, it kind of destroys the family. You know, that the family's just getting destroyed in a way. You know what I mean? It's kind of affects the children, and you know,
Right.
in
But
a
what?
negative way.
No. But what happened really with that is, okay, fine. She has a kid. First thing they do, they give them their food stamps. They give them their Section 8, so they get a place to stay, and they play damn near their rent is nonchalant. They get free daycare, all that shit. You know, you getting food, a place to stay, and all like this. And even if you make with a little bullshit anodic job, you get to keep all your money. So basically, think about it. You're gonna tell me you're gonna pay my rent, give me all these subsidies on bills, electric, and I get food stamps. So I'm basically getting another $1,000 in free shit a month, and all I did was have a kid. Where what? That's why half of the times you see the ones who do use the system in that way, 9 times out of 10, their kids are ain't shit kids. They real bad. They're kids are getting suspended from school or not going to school, doing whatever, because why? They realize the kid was never about I loved the kid. The kid was you were a benefit by having you around so that I can get a free place to live. Just like one of the things I told him, I said, if you notice, son, I'm gonna just tell you like this. Well, when did Dad start going, further in his education? He said, well, you did that when I was a baby. I said, right. I said, here's a question. When did your mother start furthering her education? Oh, well, she's doing that now. I said, right. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. You will be an adult soon. Her gravy train is over with. She won't qualify for nothing else soon. So she realizes that the only way for her to make money is to go to school now. Why the fuck you wait till you're damn near 40 years old? You had all this time, all this free shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you don't build up, it can be pretty dangerous. If you don't improve yourself and you just get stiff stuff, that can be dangerous, to be honest, in the future. If you don't grow.
Right, but I mean, it's just how it is. It basically like this is, if you don't do it. I mean, it's and one of the things I've noticed too, where women even they compete with each other, especially when their daughters become adolescents, is that. Like one of the things I told my son, I said, I'm gonna tell you like this. These are the signs to look out for of women you don't mess with. I said, if this woman, she's 16, 17 years old, and she's already not very close with her mom, and they're already fighting, you definitely don't have sex with her. Well, what are you talking about, Dad? I don't understand what that has something to do with me. I said, because she'll get pregnant on purpose to know that as soon as she's pregnant, she qualifies for her own place, and immediately they'll give her one. And he said, well, damn, Dad, I never thought about it that way. I said, literally, I mean, I listen to the little young girls all the time on the bus, and they talk about shit like that.
So does he understand that all women are like that?
Huh?
Do you make him understand that all women are like that? Because you don't want him to get paranoid of women now.
But I told him like this. Well, he likes, it doesn't matter because his mother switched over to women a couple years ago. So it's plain and simple. His mother and his sister like women. So plain and simple. One of the things is this. My son, I ain't never told him this, and like I said, remember, I just started doing shows like this in the last few months. 5 years ago, he came out and he said, I'm going to tell you like this, is that I don't date black women. And I'm like, what? And he said, well, my mom, and that's his mother called me, like, you know that this boy don't like black women, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay.
Well, that makes sense. If she was like a bad role model in his life, you just don't want to be.
Right. Well, she had asked me, and I said, well, what am I supposed to do about it? I said, I can control who he likes. I said, well, what if he likes dudes? The next day, I couldn't stop him. So what the hell? He's my son. I'm gonna support him wherever. And I said, well, I asked him, well, what are his reasons on why he don't like black women? He said, they're too fucking loud and got too much mouth. I said, I just put my hand. I said, well, can't combat that. Because
some young people got better sense than some grown folks.
And I mean, I hate to say it, especially like I look at this younger generation on how they act. And I mean, like, one good thing is sometimes if you really want to see how the younger generation act, just ride public transportation and just sit there and listen to the conversations you hear on the bus. When you hear these kids talk, and you sit up here and say, wow. And I mean, I hear a stereotype, this bitch right here be pregnant in a couple months. I watch, especially when you see, what the fuck, your ass ain't even 23 years old and you got 2 kids already? Or you ain't even 20 years old and got 2 kids. Just popping out 2 kids and one in the oven. Come on now.
Yeah.
But would you guys say it's like when it comes to the young generation, is it like when you talk about stereotype, is it that a lot of people have this mentality or a minority? Because I'm trying to get a view on it. Is it just black and white, or how is it? Is there a gray area where some people don't act like this, or is it a lot of people that do act like this because they don't know any better, or how is like the mentality with it?
Wait, say that again.
It's just like the rules of the world and got lax. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's no, nothing is mandatory as far as in the ways of respect and things like that. That the ways that used to be, the ways that we used to follow, that you would consider respectful. That for some reason got lax, and these people are just seeming to do whatever. It's like the law is still there, but nobody's enforcing it. You understand what I'm saying? Like how to act and carry yourself as far as in society as a black person. It's like they're still there, but nobody's enforcing them. That's all.
Right.
And we got to get back to the place where we enforce them. But like they say, every generation is weak and wiser. Weak to try every damn thing and think they know everything. Why? As far as the ways of being wise,
Well, I mean, he liked white girls. He liked real mixed women who majorly white. I've noticed. But I mean, like I told him, I said I don't care, who you date, because he had asked me did I have a problem with it. I said, well, what do I give a shit? I ain't sleeping with him. And I told him I don't want you sleeping with him. But little like I told her, I said the best thing to do, I tried to tell him, is refrain from sex as long as possible. Yeah. I'm just gonna let you know like that. It is a drug. You can get addicted to it. I ain't gonna lie. I love a lot of sex.
But a lot of time people start out, they he like white girls and little light skinned girls, this and the third. But guess what? When it's time for him to get married, he probably marry a sister. Just sometimes it work like that. A lot of guys start. Wait a minute, let me say this. A lot of guys start out being with the sisters, right? End up marrying a white girl. So sometimes it works like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. In his case, I doubt he's probably gonna marry either a super light-skinned black woman, or he's gonna marry a white woman. I'm just tell you like it is, because one of the problems is this. I think that he has something against his mother, and the fact is he's watched his mother act so ghetto that he just doesn't like women like that. Right, and I mean, this is the problem. His mother, she dates another black woman, and they've been living together for a couple of years easily now, but they done fought and done their little things, and he watches how black women, he's surrounded by black women acting ghetto in the home. Do you think he's supposed to do that?
Too many bad examples.
That's and that's his problem. He said, I'm just tired of loud black women. I'm tired of all the fussing and fighting. And I'm tired of all the, I'm tired of just doing shit just to be. I see that. I've seen them do shit just to be devious.
Yeah, go on.
A lot of black women fuss and fight and argue and holler and scream because it messes me, a person like myself, up. When I fuss and scream and holler, it's because I'm trying to get people to recognize what they are able to do. I'm fussing and screaming and hollering for a positive reason. But what ends up happening is that people then become so immune to somebody being loud, or it sounds all the same, and they're not listening to what the words. So a person like me sounds like Shaquima in them, because they said they don't listen to the words. They're just listening to.
I want to say this. I want to thank you guys for watching the show. Please like, share, subscribe. Also, if you need to be added to the chat room, go ahead and let me know. I'll add you if you haven't been trouble being added. I know we got a lot of people talking, but I'll post a link there for you guys so that way guys can get on if you want. But it's just how it is here, Jim. I mean, it's real crazy when it comes to the laws here. The laws are set up to keep you in jail or to keep you constantly. I mean, literally, if you're driving your car and you're behind on child support, there's a little thing that if you drive by a cop car, they'll know you have a warrant. They'll pull you over. They'll tow your car, impound your car, and take you to jail. I mean, really, and it basically is just to create revenue. And if you can't get out, then you just sit there. And I mean, legally, what they do is this. They're supposed to say, oh, well, fine, we'll send you to trial, quick that, and fast and hurry. You behind on child support, sometimes it could take a week or two to go to court.
And I mean, they won't even tell you until the last fucking minute what your court date is. So even though you can have people on the outside calling, checking daily, twice a day, they don't know. But then all of a sudden that morning they let you know, oh, you got court today. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Well, we scheduled it last week. Well, why the fuck ain't nobody know? I've been trying to find out. They've been trying to find out. And you gonna tell me that y'all don't know when my court date is? Come on now.
Okay, guys, I have to go now, but I wish you good luck in life and make the best out of life. And don't forget, even when life looks dark, there's some hope. There's always some hope, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I thank you for coming on the show, man. I like that. Enjoy having you. Tell your friends.
Thank you for having me on the show. Goodbye.
All right. Oh, where are you going to get something to eat?
Yeah. Starving.
I'm gonna let y'all have the floor. Let me see what's going on in the world.
I see. Where you going to eat at?
I'm listening to you guys, man. I'm moving around the apartment and listening to you guys talk.
Yeah, since you going to eat, I'm going to go up here and fry me some fish soon. So y'all had to listen to that.
Like I'm playing around with the Google app on my phone for the first time, really.
Oh, you finally got it working.
Carletta rolled out?
Huh?
Carletta rolled out?
She said, I don't know, she probably might be switching batteries. You know her. She go through.
Man, yeah, I'm moving out of my spot, so I don't have any food in there.
Why are you moving?
Huh? I'm gonna get bigger. I got a little small apartment downtown, so I've been living downtown for about 2 years, paying crazy rent. So it's time. You know, I was telling you,
Thought you were gonna do the house thing.
Huh?
Thought you were gonna do the house thing.
Well, it's my mom's house. Oh yeah. What we were talking about. I was talking about trying to make some moves where you were telling me to buy some cheap property and Yeah, but yeah, now I'm gonna give me another spot, but I'll probably crash with my house. I'm always gonna call it mom's house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crash there for a second and get me a bigger spot because mom's house out in the country, I can't hang that long out there.
Well, I would do, if I were you, go out there, work out there, maybe get that house ready to be rented, and then move back once you rent it out.
Nah, we're not gonna rent it out. Cause I mean, it's like me, my sister, and my brother. It's kind of like, you know, it's just like a spot we can always go to, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you have siblings. I thought you didn't have siblings.
Yeah, no.
But also, too, if you did move there, your first place, since it's just you and no kids, your first place, you need to get your 2-family.
Right.
Off rip. Get your 2-family off rip. Even if you say, well, I don't want to live with no one else, just live there for 6 months. After you live there for 6 months and you've been paying 6 months, the bank will give you a loan to buy another one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know one of my uncles did that. He's out in Rochester, New York. But he did that a while back, like you said, when he was young and married and they had small kids, they got a 2-family. And I mean, they still got that property. They rented it out and they've got several other properties.
Right.
Let me put my phone down. I got cops behind me. Let's see. Hopefully I won't get stopped.
We can watch you on there and say, oh, we saw that.
I know. I'm recording you. But Adrian, I hate to hear your stories about child support. It's so crazy. I hate to hear when it's used to kind of like cripple you, cripple people that have to pay, you know.
Oh, I mean,
it's so funny because I have people close to me that, they've never gotten child support from the fathers of their kids. And I just don't understand. I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, I've been told too by them. They said it's like literally when I applied for food stamps one time, they said, "What the fuck?" I mean, like what? She said, "Damn, your child support orders are high." And it's like I didn't even know they said think all the computers are linked so they can see how much money they're taking.
Right.
Said, man, she said I got people coming in here and they ain't even paying half that.
Right.
And it's like some people that if they feel that you have higher than average intelligence, they go after you harder. Right. That's really what it is. So basically, if I'd have been a dope boy on the street, I probably would have been better off.
Wow.
I mean, literally, that's what it is. They think that, oh, you got higher than average intelligent. Oh, you're fine. We're going to really go ahead and drive the point home. If not, they're just going to say, oh, for other people, they're just going to say, oh, well, whatever, we'll let them go.
Yeah. And you've, Well, you're only paying for 3, right? Because your youngest son's, right?
No, I'm actually still building up on him because technically it's not legally he's in my custody yet.
Okay.
So he's been with me for 3 years going on now. Damn, that's wrong, but it's still adding up on him too.
Right. Well, stay strong, Dre. Stay positive.
Right.
So we all go through stuff, and we all beat each other up for what we consider mistakes in life. But we keep going. You just never quit.
Brain said, "I hope you got that Black Lives Matter sticker covered up on your car."
I can't do it. I'm driving now. I won't do it. I've tried to pop it up a couple times to irritate you earlier.
Oh, I know. I told her, I said this right there. We know already. You're gonna be talked about forever for that. It doesn't even matter. We got love for you here, but we still you'll always be Black Lives Matter.
I know. I was like by default. Just
by
because
default.
I said I did some work here with the Black BLM group here.
Yeah, yep. You'll always be Black Lives Matter.
That's not even right. All right, so when you're cutting down on the shows, when you're gonna do your next show?
I'll probably do one tomorrow. I don't know. It depends. I do admit I took 2 days off, so I'm debating, guys. Should we do another show tomorrow? See, we got 22 people here. That's the only reason why. So
right. I can't even see. I was messing around. I was talking in the chat, but I can't see the chat right now.
Right. I know. Don't try to read the chat. If they say anything to you, I'll read it. Don't risk getting into it. Look, I don't have that many fans already. I can't afford to lose any.
I hear you.
Even the Black Lives Matter ones.
Well, no, I don't want to deal with no cops, especially.
They're like, we saw that cell phone. She had a gun.
I know, right?
Cell phone. Well, she had a cell phone gun.
You just make sure you just send the footage to my family so they know what really happened.
Oh, it's live, so that way we know.
Exactly. I mean, that's the only thing that that Walter Scott thing went down here, and that's the only thing that told the true story about what happened in that case. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everyone's saying no, don't leave. Well, somebody else need to come on here. We get some new blood in here. Why don't you
leave? Somebody else tell somebody else to get on.
Come on, everybody in here. Everybody knows us already. Why don't you get in? Like you got to show your face. You can anybody can come in now. We get some new blood in here.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. You guys got in Ohio?
Huh?
Waffle House.
Do we have Waffle House? Not up here.
What? Y'all don't have Waffle House?
Yeah, in Texas is pretty good. Wait a minute. There is a Waffle House, but then they're few and far between. There's a Waffle House. It was way off on the interstate somewhere. I remember seeing one, but nowhere around here.
Oh no! Look, we got Waffle House around here.
Yeah. Well,
how about about 5-10 minutes? I would have cooked my own. My food is gone.
Oh, listen to you.
Are you shutting it down?
I don't know if I'm gonna shut it down or not. I'm asking if somebody doesn't have to come on. I'm not gonna sit here and run my mouth to myself.
Right. All right. Well, I'll check back. I'm gonna go order my food now.
All righty here.
I don't want to be ghetto and have everything going. I should have brought my.
Even if I'm not online, just hit me up. I'll probably be sitting here eating.
Okay. Cool.
All righty then.
I'll see y'all guys in a minute if y'all still on.
All right.
I'm hungry. Black Lives Matter. I gotta eat.
Oh God, I feel sorry for them. See what I mean? Black Lives Matter. They gotta eat. Oh no, we should. We should.
That's right.
We should not give them food anymore just because they're part of a terrorist organization.
Oh, whatever. Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Hey, I'll see you guys in a minute.
All right, see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get.
All right, guys. It seems like everybody is already off here. We've already done another 2 hours today. I want to thank you guys for watching the show tonight. Please like, share, subscribe, and definitely hit the donate button down there because that's what keeps the show going. This is Judge Dre, and we're signing out. See you on the flip side.